did the stars all the way around the outside. I looked at the last one I had done, and that's how I had done it, and I thought it looked really cute. So I decided to go ahead and do that this time. Sorry, that was my dog wanting out. So now, next, I'm going to do her face. And that's going to take an ivory color. And it won't take nearly as much as the black. Probably about that much. You don't want it real dark, just kind of a skin color, white tone. Again, I'm using an 18 star chip. I don't know what the directions say to use, but I think they require you to use, or ask for you to use a smaller tip. Let me see what it says. I've never had much luck with the smaller tips. Yeah. Decorating tips, 3, 16, and 21. So 3, 16, and 21, and I'm using, what did I say? An 18. Yeah, an 18. So a 21 is bigger, but they used that for the border. So they used a 16 to decorate it, which is a couple sizes smaller than what I'm using. It is, oh yeah, it's pretty little. I would never try and decorate this cake with a 16. So that right there is why a lot of people fail with these character cakes, because they use the tip that Wilton recommends, which is way too small. I would never be able to get this cake done using that size of a tube. An 18 is about perfect. I wouldn't want to go any smaller than an 18. Alright, Minnie, let's get your face done. I'm going to start right here. Now, in between her eyes, I'm going to have to be careful. I'm going to go small. In fact, I might even change to a smaller tip to get that part done. So that is really tiny through there. But I can get all this done with this tip. Around her little eyelashes. Just come up close to them. Don't cover them up. You want them to stay there. Same with her eyeballs. Don't cover them up. Fill it in. One star at a time. Make sure you keep those lines showing, because that's what is going to give her face character. Cover up those lines and her expression's going to go away. Just like coloring. That's all you're doing, is coloring it in. Filling it in with frosting. And again, I think I'm going to switch to a little bit smaller tube. I'll switch to that little one I was talking about that they say to use, and number 16. That'll be perfect for these tiny spots. That's about all it's perfect for. The very first character pan I did, I think I was a freshman in high school. My little sister wanted Mickey Mouse head. I still have the pan. And that was the very first one I did. We ordered it out of the JCPenney catalog at the time. And I've used it many, many times since then. And here's Minnie's face. She's starting to look like Minnie. See how you can still see the black outline? That's what you want. Okay, now we're ready for some colors. She has a pink bow, a pink dress, purple shoes, and a pink stripe on her dress. Purple is very little purple, so I think we'll do the purple next. It's not going to take much purple. I have plenty of frosting here though, but I am going to make extra because I'm going to use purple to go around the base. I've got lots of frosting, so I'm not worried about it. And the writing I'm going to do with fondant. I'm going to cut out fondant letters and put those down here for the writing, and then a big number 2 up here because it's this little girl's 2nd birthday. Her parents are big Disney fans. They go to Disneyland quite a bit. So she's a lucky little girl. She'll be going soon, I'm sure, for her first time. And just mix it up till you get all the white gone. Beautiful. All right. Another bag. I'm going to pause for a minute because I'm going to have to wash the tip out. Okay, I'm back. I'm going to show you or tell you the easiest way to wash out the tips is to run them under hot water and use a little brush. You can buy these with the Wilton supplies. I'm forever losing them somewhere. Or they go down my garbage disposal or something, so just try and keep an eye on them. They are very easy to lose. Then I just stick my finger in there and dry it off. Make sure you dry it off because it'll get water in your frosting, and then your frosting will be runny and squirt out water all over the cake, and it's not a good thing. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to fill this bag with purple. Shake it down, press it down. Close the top, however you like to close it, and we're good to go. All right. I am going to do the little stripe on her dress first. So it's just the stripe on her dress and her shoes that are purple. And then we'll do some flowers a little bit, but on the cake, it's just, or in the character, it's just her shoes and the little stripe. If you wanted to put polka dots on her dress and on her bow, you could do that. It's not indicated on the directions, but you could just simply put some white stars indicating polka dots if you wanted that. I don't believe I've ever seen any character pans at Walmart. I think they used to sell them, but I don't believe they do anymore. You might be able to get them online. Farm King does carry some. Oh, I have a snowflake too. I'm still just trying to think of different ones I have. I have a dog. But they are fun to do and fairly beginner simple. They're just difficult because of the time that it takes to put all these little stars on and what it does to your arms and hands, how hard it is to push all that frosting through here. Okay, Minnie, your shoes are done. Now all we gotta do is the pink on her dress. And I have a really bright pink that I like to use. And I think it's very pretty for Minnie. So we'll get some of that mixed up here for her bow and dress. Frosting all over my hands. Okay. Pink. This one's called Rose. It's a rose pink. It's a little brighter than your normal just pink color. I like this one. And I've got pink foil paper on the bottom. I'm going to take quite a bit for this one. And it's almost the color of the foil paper. See how bright that is? I don't know. The colors don't seem to show up as well on the camera as they do in real life. It is a bright pink. Okay. So, here we go. I go through a lot of bags. I used to use the reusable ones because back in the day when I first started, they didn't have these nice disposable ones. So, I used to use, this one's a 17. I think I can get it to work. I used to use actual parchment paper bags, and I used to use the washable kind, and they still sell the washable kind at the store. Just depends on if you want to take the time to have to wash them out every time you change a color. If you're just doing Christmas cookies or something and you want to buy 3 of those instead of buying a whole box of these, because they are kind of expensive. It's like $12 for 50 of them. So if you want to just buy like 3 of the washable kind, that you might be better off doing that, because then you can use them year after year after year. You just simply run them under hot water put them in your dish water and wash them with soap and hot water and rinse them really good. And then I just set them like this to air dry. But, because these are kind of expensive, if you don't need 50 bags, you need 3 bags. You want green, red, and yellow for Christmas cookies. So, it's probably easier just to buy the washable ones. Okay, here we go, Minnie. We're going to put your dress and your bow on. Okay. Alright, let's see if I can pause this time without shutting it completely off. I have a phone message to answer. Okay, we're ready to do Minnie's dress and her bow. And again, it's just the star tip. And I'm going to get right up there in the corner of her little shirt sleeve. And remember what I've told my classes, if you've taken my class, another thing that you need to pay a lot of attention to is the consistency of your frosting. If it's too runny, your stars aren't going to stand up. They're just going to kind of flatten out and not look like stars at all. Another thing that can affect it that I have to this day difficulty with is humidity. There's been days that I didn't need my air conditioning on, but I was doing cakes and the humidity is so high that it will affect your frosting. It'll make it kind of tacky and thinner, and I've actually had frosting slide right off cake. So it makes a big difference on the weather too. It could be nice and cool out but raining, and if I have my doors open or my windows cracked a little bit and I'm doing a cake, it is going to be too much moisture in the air. Also, you girls that are planning a wedding, I can't tell you how many times, I've had brides come to me and they're going to do an outside wedding in July or August, September, October even sometimes can be hot. And maybe they're going to have it in a Morton shed or in a tent. And I say to them, do you know what buttercream frosting does in 90-degree heat? It has a tendency to melt. In fact, I had to refrost a bride's cake one time so far, just one time. It actually melted in my car while we were hauling in the rest of the pieces. It was the last one to go in. We had the air on, it was in the shade, but just the opening and closing of that hatchback door 3 and 4 times put in enough heat in the car that the frosting slid right off the cake. So I had to completely refrost the top of the cake in front of the whole bridal party. And yeah, it was quite an experience. Thank God bride wasn't a bridezilla. I've never had a bride yet that was a bridezilla. They've all been very sweet and understanding and easy to work with, so I've been lucky there too. See how she's looking so far? Yay, Minnie! She's looking sweet. I have another cake getting ready to be picked up this afternoon. I almost did a tutorial on it, but I didn't. It's a pretty simple wedding anniversary cake. I made some fondant roses and put on it. It's a 50th wedding anniversary, so I made white roses and tipped them with gold glitter. That's one thing I was thinking about doing for Minnie. I was going to put a little glitter on her dress here. Let's see if I can still do that. I thought that might look cute on her. I mean pink, I guess. A little red. I thought I had some pink, but I don't have any pink. Well, let's do... see what a little of this will do. This is just a little candy, it's called candy floss, it's diamond dust. A little sparkle on her dress. It's fun to add little extra things to them. There, she's got a little glitter on her dress. You won't be able to see it on camera, but I like to add those little extra things to them. Alright, we'll get this side done, and then we can add a little to it. Nope, gotta get the center yet. Little sparkle. Minnie, you look beautiful. Okay. She's done, except I'm going to add some flowers and we're going to add the border. And the flowers are going to be done with a round tip. You can see they put flowers on this one, just some little round tip flowers. And it looks like they used white for the center. So, let's see, I got some round ones over here. That one's too big. I believe I'll use this one. This is a number 8. This one's a number 8. And I'm going to start with purple flowers. looking at the time because I have to go get the girls here pretty soon. And they're just 5-petal little flowers. You start at the outside and pull it towards the inside. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. So like that. Another round one to put the center in. Let me see what I got. I feel like I'm missing some of my round tips. This one's about the same size. It's number 7. Put a little white dot in the center. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dot in the center. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's hard to make them too small. I could do a smaller tip to make them smaller. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, I'm going to wash that tip. Wash that tip. My granddaughter corrects me every time I say wash. But I was brought up that way. I always say wash. I know it's wrong, but I can't help it. I had relatives that were from the South, and they said wash. So, old habits are hard to break. Ooh, this one's kind of big. Yeah, well, I guess it's the same one I used on the purple, but it looks really big. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just randomly put them wherever you want. Minnie doesn't care. Do you, Minnie? No, I don't. Sorry. I'm bored. Oh my goodness. Okay. Can you tell I love my job? I love doing cakes. It's fun. I can do it at home. Nobody bothers me. Except the dogs. Okay, flowers are done. Now we're going to do a simple shell border around the bottom and around the top with I think I'll do the bottom with a number 21. Oop. In purple. Let's start at the back. Oh, I gotta do her mouth. Well, we'll do this first. Simple shell border. I don't know if any of my beginners have accomplished their shell borders, but it's kind of a forward and backwards motion. Lots of pressure in the beginning to build that shape of the shell. Let's see if I can turn this and you can maybe see me actually do it a little bit. Forward, backward motion. Let it build, pull it back. Go all the way around. And I think we'll do the top border in the same color with a little bit smaller tip. And if you wanted to add embellishments on there, by embellishments I mean little candy pieces, sprinkles of some sort. I have a lot of those little round candies. What do they call? Oh, sixlets. I use those a lot around the edges. They're a lot of fun. Come in all different colors. I've even used bubble gum on one cake. It called for the colors, the exact colors of bubble gum, so I just used bubble gum around it. There's a lot of different things you can use for embellishments. But I don't think this little mini cake needs anything around it. I think just the border alone is going to just set her right off. Alright, I gotta hurry here. I'm about ready to go get the girls. I have to watch my time because it slips away from me. I have to get her mouth done. I don't know if I'll have enough time to show you that. Almost done. And I'm not real concerned about the black stripe around the outside now since I'm doing this. It doesn't matter if it shows up or not. Alright, so she needs a pink little mouth, a little tongue. Pink little tongue. And then a little black around it. So I'm just going to put a couple little dabs of pink in her mouth. One little dab of pink in her mouth. And I'm going to switch to a smaller tip. My black. Get a small little circle one. And it's going to be a number 4. And I'm just going to fill in each side of her mouth where her tongue is. And I'm going to put a little line. Actually, her tongue kind of just comes to a little dip on the top. So we're going to do this and that. And there's her tongue. All right. I hope you enjoyed the Minnie Mouse tutorial. I'm not going to show you how I do the lettering. We'll do that again some other day. But there she is. Minnie Mouse for a little 2-year-old girl's birthday. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Bye-bye for now.